Good morning, Mississippi. It's great to be here, and I'm so honored to be your Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce. Before I do anything else, I'm going to recognize my family. My wife, Leslie, 3 of our children, and my mother, Glenda. Would y'all give them a hand? My greatest supporters. It is such an honor to serve as your Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce and to have done that for 5 years. Agriculture is the #1 economic driver in our state. It is the #1 employer in our state. As a matter of fact, our farmers who are out there working every day to keep us fed and clothed and a roof over our head, this past year, Mississippi farmers produced another record, $9.72 billion worth of farm gate value. Give our farmers a hand. Would you do that? Thank you. More than that, agriculture accounts for 211,853 jobs in this state. It accounts for $5.3 billion in business taxes that agriculture pays in this state. It accounts for $6.5 billion in direct wages, and it accounts for $1 billion in exports. And get this, agriculture in Mississippi alone means $29.72 billion of economic output. Bottom line, in plain Mississippi English, agriculture is economic development. Thank y'all. Bless these farmers again. We're growing everything that we love to eat and that we need to survive, from chicken to soybeans to our wood products. We've got corn and cotton and beef, and we've got catfish, #1 in America. We've got blueberries, watermelons, sweet potatoes, anything you want to eat, anything you want to wrap your lips around. It's good if it's grown in Mississippi. Can I get an amen right there? You know, I was touring a chicken processor not long ago, not far from here in Carthage, Mississippi. Talking to the plant managers, thousands of birds were being processed. I asked that manager, I said, how many chickens y'all processing here today? He said, today we'll process 400,000 birds. I said, do what? He said, 400,000 today, 2 million a week. I said, where's all that chicken going? He said, about 70% of it's going to Chick-fil-A. I said, what did y'all do before Chick-fil-A? He said, we thank God for Chick-fil-A. And so Mississippi agriculture impacts your life. If you've been in line at Chick-fil-A, there's a good chance you're eating Mississippi chicken. A new plant was just built in Forest, another 2 million birds a week, 100% of it going to Chick-fil-A. I'm not going to stand up here and talk to you about what I hope I can do or what I might do. I'll tell you what we have done, because I believe in not talking about things, but in getting them done. Can I get an amen right there? And I got a good record of getting things done. We launched our Genuine Mississippi program that is promoting local food all across our state. It gained in popularity during the COVID supply chain crisis. People could go to the farm and buy locally. We have more than doubled Mississippi's agricultural exports since I've been your commissioner, surpassing $1 billion for the first time in history, creating new markets for our farmers. We have tripled our local meat processing capacity in the state of Mississippi. We have grown the future of Mississippi agriculture with the legislature's support. We are fighting the threats to agriculture. We passed the nation's first wild hog control program. We're trapping and killing invasive, sorry, good-for-nothing, disease-ridden, habitat and crop-destroying wild hogs. We need to quit talking about it and keep on killing some hogs. Amen? We have fully renovated the Mississippi Agriculture Forestry Museum, the Coliseum, the fairgrounds, and we are just getting started. And I'm really proud to report to you, we've done it with conservative, efficient leadership. With the legislature's support, we consolidated 3 different agencies into one: the fairgrounds, the Central Market, and the Department of Agriculture. And today, we're running all 3 for the price of just one, and we're getting more done than ever before. That's what it means. That's what it means to be conservative. Bottom line is, I got a good track record of getting things done. And the people of Mississippi know me, and I know them, and I love them, and they love me, and they trust me. And I'll tell you this, I think the people of Mississippi know if I tell you a chicken will plow, you can harness him up, all right? I want to shift gears just a minute and talk about something, because the fact of the matter is we are facing threats to our food supply globally, worldwide. We're facing real food shortages in this world today. Not here in Mississippi, not yet. But around the world, things are happening and converging that threaten the world's food supply. As I look 5, 10 years down the road, I see danger. I see storm clouds on the horizon. I see weather patterns driven by the solar flares, and we're on a pattern now that will peak in 2025, the record heat. I see the Russia-Ukraine war that's threatened a third of the world's grain supply. I see the scare of the global pandemic and the supply chain crisis that it has created. I see Mississippi, the great Mississippi River, flooding and then going dry, like old Hank Williams sung about a few years ago. I see danger on the horizon. On top of that, radical, liberal, Democrat environmental policies in this country and around the world are threatening our farmers' ability to produce our food. And I'll tell you this, the Democrats are doing a great job destroying America. We ain't gonna let them destroy Mississippi. We're not gonna let them destroy agriculture. We're not gonna let the liberals mess up our great state of Mississippi. We're gonna keep it strong. But I have a sense of urgency as we look to the future, and I'm announcing a plan today. And I'm calling on you, and I'm calling on our legislature to join me in supporting the Mississippi Safe Plan. In the Bible, Joseph had a vision of what was coming. 7 good years, 7 bad years. In the Bible, he had a vision and he took action to act today for the threats we face tomorrow. We need to act today. Mississippi can act today. The legislature has not funded agriculture infrastructure in some 20 years. As a result, we see dilapidated facilities around this state. We see the lack of facilities. And I'm calling on the legislature to pass the Mississippi Safe Plan to keep Mississippians supplied well in food and fiber and shelter, regardless of what happens around the world. I'm calling on them to support the Safe Plan, and in doing so, we will provide food resiliency, and we will make Mississippi the agriculture and food center hub for the entire southeastern United States. Would y'all support that? I think you would. I've talked to the legislative leadership 2 years in a row about this. I hope this year will be the year we get it done. First of all, I'm releasing all the details of this plan to the press right now. All the details. I want to hit the high points. We need to create at least three regional food hubs in this state. North Mississippi, Central Mississippi, South Mississippi, places for wholesale and retail sale, for processing, for value added, all of our food, for entry into the commercial market and expanding food availability in our grocery stores and restaurants and in hospitals and healthcare facilities and direct to consumer sales. We need to do that. We need to expand our local facilities like farmers markets and our existing agri-centers around this state. They were built over 30 years ago, and they're really well due for an upgrade. We need to expand them with a safe plan to expand infrastructure at our farmers markets, our 21 existing farmers markets, and we need one in every single county for local food supply. We need to redo our multi-purpose pavilions and make them part of the storage component. And while we're at it, we need to upgrade our livestock facilities so our kids in Mississippi have the very best of the best in livestock and horse facilities around this country. Amen? We need to rebuild our 70-year-old dilapidated barns on the state fairgrounds and prepare for the next generation of our ag leaders and make Mississippi an economic development hub for agritourism. And finally, we need to make investments in middle of the food supply chain equipment, on farm, at distribution and storage facilities, and at our ports and our harbors and key transportation hubs. Imagine the aging cold storage in this country is on average 57 years old. We could have the best of the best right here in Mississippi and take Mississippi to a new level for the entire Southeast. And imagine, if you will, at our ports and harbors, new cold storage. And imagine, if you will, a farmer-owned sweet potato processor in Vardaman, Mississippi. Imagine that, y'all. We can do it. We can do for all of agriculture what we've done for catfish, make it number one. It'll double the value. That big economic impact of agriculture I talked about, it will double over the next 10 years if the legislature will fund the SAFE plan. It's a safe plan for Mississippi's future. It invests not only in agriculture, but in investment in our state and the future of our young people and food supply. And if we are wise, we can guarantee food resiliency in Mississippi no matter what happens around the world. I believe my Bible, do you? There have been worldwide famines since time began. I believe the book of Revelation, do you? There's a rider on a black horse talks about a worldwide famine. If the legislature doesn't fund this, they can't say I didn't tell them. It's coming, and the time to act is now. In doing so, we will double the value of agriculture. We have this great opportunity to make a mark for generations to come from Mississippi, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of what we have done, but we got a lot more to do. I hold in my hand here 1 pound of Mississippi pink eye purple hull pea seed. How many of y'all like pink eye purple hulls? Anybody? They're Mississippi. Now this sack that's sitting right here in my hand, you can put it on the shelf. You can throw it in the trash. You can throw it on the concrete and nothing will happen. It will rot. This sack of peas represents opportunity. We have an opportunity with a $4 billion surplus in this state to do some things generational that will protect Mississippi, to keep Mississippians safe and set the stage for the brightest future Mississippi has ever seen. These are seeds of opportunity. Let's quit talking about it and let's put them in the ground and let them grow into something great for the future of this great state. I want your vote. I want your vote on August the 8th. I want you to turn out and vote conservative and vote Republican. I want you to vote again November the 7th. Let's send all these Democrats to the House. Let's keep Mississippi agriculture strong and keep planting the seeds of opportunity for Mississippi's future. Thank y'all. God bless you. We'll see y'all. I love y'all.